Hello and welcome to WOLV Overtime. Alex Prasad, Adam Brewster, Peter Saul, the same first line and only line that we've had the last couple weeks. And
Merrick Stone's a healthy scratch.
Merrick Stone is a healthy scratch again this week. And Michigan needs to maybe juggle the first line or the second line or the third line or the fourth line or the goaltender, something, because Miami, Ohio, lots of success against Wolverines, Peter.
Yeah, well, we knew Miami, Ohio was a great team coming into the series, but to get a sweep like that, not exactly what we were expecting, and it is a bit of a dangerous sign for the Wolverines going down the stretch.
I mean, a great team, Adam, but a team that had been struggled up until this point, and this has kind of resurrected their tournament hopes and their entire season.
In any other season that you would look at a series going to Miami, if Michigan got swept, losing one of the games in a close 2-3 game, you might not think much of it. But the way that Michigan played, letting Miami come back for the first time all season and then just really laying an egg, on Saturday night it was really a heartbreaking.
I would say literally, but more figuratively, but more literally than literally laying an egg. You'll see what we mean by that coming up. Let's take a look at what happened on Friday, though, so we can terribly end that segment of the show. First period, both teams coming out of the Goggin Arena Center. Looks great. We should have gone, Peter.
Yeah, well, a very emotional game, too. Brendan Burke's jersey being retired. A team manager who died in a car accident just about a year ago.
Yeah, exactly a year ago on Saturday. So here we go. Michigan starting out probably their best period of hockey all game. Right there, Louis Capruso stoned by Cody Reichert, the CCHA Player of the Year last year. Really struggled this year with a save percentage just under 900. But Michigan on fire in the first period here. A chance for Matt Rust in close, but Reichert again with the save. Best period of hockey for Michigan, but benefited from some mistakes from the Miami Redhawks right here, an own zone turnover. Eventually, Michigan's going to get some pressure here, and A.J. Treyas is going to end up putting it into the...
Yeah, A.J. Treyas gets the easy put in on Luke Moffat, or Jacob Moffat's play, and if you look at the replay here, you can see the turnover. Well, first here is A.J. Treyas's, a quick, easy tip-in on the cross-crease pass. Let's take another look at this. Right on the blue line, Moffat, a freshman, making a great read here, forces the turnover right there. And that's not a play most freshmen are able to make. Fast forward a bit, the same possession for the Wolverines. And Moffat again makes a great cross-crease pass, and Michigan gets the first goal of the game.
As Mike Flores from the Daily mentioned, the first time he's seen a cross-ice pass result in the goal in a long time for the Wolverines. But Corey Reichert still standing tall. Second period, a little bit different story, unfortunately. Luke Moffat called right here for just a stupid penalty. Goalie interference right there, and it results directly in a Miami goal, Peter.
Yeah, once again, Michigan not playing too well on the penalty kill. They have penalty kill problems and penalty problems, period, all season long. And let's take a look at this on the telestrator. Three of the four Michigan defenders right there in a 2-foot radius circle right in front of the crease. That leaves a cross-crease pass open. Cannoni to Millell. It's an easy Miami goal.
And here, Michigan coming back. It's tied 1-1 here midway through the second period, but Cody Reichert played well all the game long. And really, even though 6 goals scored in the series, another great save there by Sean Hunwick. Good goaltending all around. Still a close game, with one exception though. That's an A.J. Treyas goal. Cody Reichert played very well, but right here, A.J. Treyas with a snapshot from just inside the blue line. And again, Peter, own zone turnover causes this.
Yeah, similar to the first goal that Michigan had. It's once again a turnover right on the blue line. Once again, a young player, sophomore A.J. Treyas, made a great read. He just whips off a beautiful snapshot that tricks Reichert and gets into the net.
the only soft goal of the entire weekend. So that's something definitely that should be noted. So it looked like Michigan would hold the lead. Well, here taking one more look off the far post there. I think one more look after one more look, if you would like. Reichert he just was out of position. So looked like the lead would hold. Here's Louis Caperuso with a great opportunity. Reichert makes the save. He tried to go 5-hole right here. And you can see Reichert, it goes off his right leg and it's underneath him. He didn't even know where it was. But the third period, Michigan hadn't blown a third period lead all year. Miami hadn't overcome a third period deficit all year. Well, that's what just happened. Right there, Miami knocks it. This is just a case of Sean Hunwick not being big enough, can't get over across a goal. Tied right here at 2 goals apiece. You take one more look right there. And then later in the third period, 4 minutes left. Again, Michigan had never given up a goal, or given up a lead in the third period rather, and that's about to end right here. Another great cross-ice pass. Miami, Ohio takes a 3-2 lead. They would tack on an extra empty net goal, Peter.
Some more sloppy play here. All 4 Wolverine players there in the area of the puck, just staring at the puck, and then you have a huge empty backside right here. Plenty of space for the Miami goal scorer to slot in the game-winning goal.
Right, Cannoni right there, great move around Greg Pattern. Actually, Enrico Blasi, Miami, Ohio's coach, said he couldn't have played it better, and Cannoni just made a great play. And then, I forgot, the cherry on top, David Wolberg, just a stupid penalty right here. Michigan trying to make a comeback, slams that guy's head into the glass, gets the penalty. Michigan has to play down a man for the last couple minutes. No comeback, empty net goal. 4-2 loss. So let's take a look at the box score from this game. A pretty even game. Of course, the goals, doesn't tell the whole story there. Andy Mealy from Grosse Pointe, Adam Brewster. That would be your home general area of residence. 1 goal and 1 assist. Just wait for him on Saturday, folks. Pat Cannoni, a goal and 2 assists. Miami 2 for 7 on the power play. That means 7 penalties for the Wolverines, 14 penalty minutes. And Sean Hunwick, 30 of 32 saves. He had a pretty good game. So let's break this down. Adam, you got to start with the penalties. 14 penalty minutes. That's just too many in a game.
You thought when Tristan Llewellyn had been suspended for the season that these stupid penalties would stop. But it's this lack of discipline that has really come back to hurt the Michigan Wolverines. And it's kind of a lackadaisical mindset. It's as if, we can take a penalty here and there and it doesn't really matter. But the power play goals for opponents have added up.
Right.
And it's cost Michigan multiple games in this skid.
And this is a trend over many years, Peter. Red Berenson teams, lots of penalties. It's happened a lot.
Yeah, it seems the past few seasons we've been talking about that. It's not only the grinders who are taking these bad penalties, it's also the star players you need on the ice as much as possible, not the kind of players you expect would be taking such bad penalties.
Right. And, of course, it should be mentioned, Peter, an uncharacteristic meltdown. Michigan had held that third period lead 13 or 14 times so far this year, and blew it this time.
Yeah, there's definitely a preview of Saturday, as we'll talk about later, but just an uncharacteristic meltdown for the Wolverines. They never really seemed too into the game from the second period on. This sloppy play, not playing well, not playing as a team, this seemed to lose their focus as the game went on.
Right. Adam, it's weird, though. Your team comes out on fire and then just seems to be complacent. I mean, really, it wasn't... They just weren't getting the loose pucks. The 50-50 pucks were going to, or that's a cross-sport analogy from soccer right there. 50-50 balls were going to Miami more than they were to Michigan. How do you explain that just drop-off? I mean, the 1-goal lead, did they just think the 1-goal lead was going to be enough?
I mean, you have to really look to the seniors. You have to look to guys like Carl Hagelin, Matt Rust, Louis Caperuso. They're the guys who have to step up and point this team in the right direction. And those are also the guys who have to step up and finish plays. Louis Caperuso, David Wolberg, Luke Glendening all had at least 2 very, very good scoring opportunities. And granted, Cody Reichert played a phenomenal game. But though you've got to put at least one of those in the net. And unless you can finish, you're not going to be able to win these close games.
Well, speaking of Cody Reichert, Peter, Saul, he's playing like his 2009 again, not 1999, 2009, which would be last year when he was CCHA player of the year.
The series, what a breakout series Cody Reichert had, getting him back on track. You see some of the great saves he had this weekend on your screen right now. Of course, the goalie battle last season between him and Jordan Knapp in Oxford. That battle seems to be over. Cody Reichert having an amazing season. Miami now first in the CCHA. That's a troubling sign for any other CCHA team.
Yeah, he and Knapp had split starts all season long, and then Reichert played so well in this game on Friday that Enrico Blasi went with him on Saturday as well. And on Saturday, the results were, I guess, just as unfulfilling, but also equally disappointing, I suppose. So, here's the Louis Caperuso chance one more time on Cody Reichert.
Yeah. Plenty of Caperuso had a breakaway, Hagelin had a breakaway. Matt Russ had a breakaway. 3 of your top scorers having breakaways, all stoned.
These guys have to score in these situations. Up until AJ Treyas' 2 goals, all but 2 of Michigan's goals in about a 4-game stretch had come from the point, and you can't rely on point scoring.
Right, and of course Kevin Lynch against Michigan State had the breakaway as well at a key moment and couldn't convert. So let's take a look at those Saturday highlights. Cody Reichert plays a big role here too. Sean Hunwick played pretty well too, though, Peter. He made a couple of key stops on Saturday.
Yeah, you can't blame anything that happened on this weekend on Sean Hunwick. He had a great series, although, of course, with Brian Hogan on the bench, he'll be looking to get a start soon. You wonder if Red is trying to shake some things up after this weekend.
Right, he dressed for the first time in a while against Miami for both games. Here's a great David Wohlberg opportunity, but another blocked shot, and blocked shots were huge. Vincent Laverde had at least 10 blocked shots all game. There's a Matt Russ opportunity as well. Miami got on the board first, and this is just a case of Sean Hunwick being too short, Peter?
Yeah, that's what'll happen sometimes. You see another thing right here. Sean Hunwick, rebounds have been a problem all season long. There's the case again. Michigan defenders in no place to gather that rebound up.
That was Riley Smith finishing off that one, and then Miami's third goal. Mealy to Smith again. Smith had 2 goals and an assist. Mealy had 3 assists in this game. That was a 5-on-3. A stupid penalty that the Wolverines took led to that. And there's Brian Hogan. He could only watch, and no matter what Red drew up on his little whiteboard, it really didn't matter. A 3-0 victory for Miami, Ohio on Saturday. And again, Peter, penalties. Miami scored multiple power play goals.
Michigan having 4 penalties in the span of 6 minutes in the second period. I mean, that's just unacceptable by any means. And it was just completely stupid penalties. There was no legitimation for them at all. Bad penalties, offensive zone penalties, penalties that are from frustrations, like Wohlberg's Friday night penalty. That just carried over to Saturday. There's no discipline at all on this team on Saturday night. It absolutely killed any chance they had of a comeback.
Yeah, well, let's take a look at the Saturday box. Corey Reichert had a great game again, 23 saves on 23 chances. Louis Caperuso, though, he won 18 of his 27 faceoffs. Hey, there's some like for you. Michigan 0 for 7 on the power play, though. Miami only 1 for 6, 14 penalty minutes, as we talked about. Andy Mealy, 3 assists. What a game for the NCAA's leading scorer. Why did this happen, Adam? Explain this to me. As a senior, this team crumbling before my eyes. Why did it happen?
I just think it was the case that Miami was the better team this weekend. I mean, Michigan played undisciplined hockey, and you can't do that against one of the top teams in the CCHA. You know, Miami had been struggling coming in, but series going to Oxford, that's a tough place to win. I think you got to really point to that lack of discipline and the penalties that they took, and they didn't look like they wanted to win either of those games. They weren't winning the small battles in the corners, fighting for loose pucks, grabbing rebounds, weren't clearing out rebounds in front of Sean Hunwick. That led to at least 3 goals this weekend. And, Sean Hunwick, he does give up big rebounds, but he's got to rely on his defenders at some point to clear those
pucks out. Well, in some cases, it was Michigan was down on the penalty kill, so there was not that extra guy to sweep that puck away. But Peter, is it really a case that Miami, Ohio was overlooked by Michigan here, or that they didn't realize how big a series this was for Miami, Ohio? Not only the Brendan Burke, 1-year anniversary, but also this was their season. If Michigan had gone in there and swept the Redhawks, they would have a terrible season in the CCHA tournament, and their road to the Joe would have been difficult, let alone doing something in the tournament once they got there.
I think absolutely they were overlooked. I remember coming into the series, Michigan had won still 9 out of their past 11 games. That's all out the window now. Miami's first place in the CCHA, although Michigan does have 2 games in hand. But, the CCHA in the playoff race, the race for first place, the race for the national tournament, as we'll talk about later, this is all completely changed now for both of these teams. And I think Michigan definitely overlooked Miami, and they should have not done that. And
so, apologies to the sophomore, Adam Brewster, but is this the end of an era? Let's take a look at the returns on Red Berenson lately. Of course, the 2007-2008 season, a great season, 33-6-4. I mean, that's pure dominance. But since then, a little bit of trailing off. You see those losses skyrocketing. We're definitely not 26-18-1 in 2010-2010. That's a typo. But the trend has been downward, Adam. And is this a 2-year trend aberration, 3-year trend aberration, or is this something, are alarm bells going off in your mind? Is the Red Berenson, Tom Izzo, Lloyd Carr analogy perhaps apt, that the game is passing these coaches by?